Stanley has also been speaking to a Cameroonian priest and musical artist, Nsaykila, from Cameroon's Catholic Church Diocese of Kumbo, who uses his music to highlight the Anglophone crisis.
Lord, hear our prayer, listen to our pleas. Lord, hear our prayer and attend to our needs. Lord, hear our prayer. Lord, hear our prayer.
I mostly do religiously inclined music, but at the same time, for someone who is a songwriter, anything can provoke writing. It goes same for poems and verse and novels. So somehow anything could be a provocation to writing, and because of that, I am very diverse in what I write and what I sing, because I touch on a couple of things, whether they are religious or non-religious, but more inclined towards religious music.
Last year, you released a music album called Cities on Fire, Beats from a Struggle. Tell me more about this album.
The album Cities on Fire was more or less related to the war which has been going on in Cameroon, which began to escalate in 2016 at the close of the year. This project was aimed at telling a story, but much more than that. We aimed at the same time, consoling those who are suffering because of the situation, enlivening hope in a peaceful resolution of the crisis, praying for the dead, and in our own little way, through music, to call the belligerents to a dialogue table, to a discussion that can lead to a de-escalation first of the situation and a solution of the crisis.
And what sort of message were you trying to convey?
The message we were trying to convey is, look, we're in this situation, but peace is possible. There is no need to further escalation of what is already a bad situation in which many people are suffering, and that the commitment to peace should be a commitment of every single individual, while praying for those who have lost their lives and encouraging those who are still suffering.
Are there any favorite songs that stand out for you on this album?
There are some 2 tracks that I particularly feel I put in more or less a good message that captures what the album was essentially about. One of them is the 3rd track of the album, which is titled We Sola, which features one of those I worked with on the album, Komikis. She's in Bamenda, the regional capital of the Northwest region. That one, because it is in Lamso and in English, it is a folk style in its musicness, and it paints a brief picture of what is going on and calls for dialogue. The other one is the 7th track, Peace Starts With Me. I like that because it's a personal commitment to work for justice and for peace, and it's a kind of invitation that we are making in the project to everyone who listens to it to make a personal commitment to work for justice and for peace.
I have identified other 2 songs which caught my attention as well. There's one called Cities on Fire, which is the title track of this album, and another one which is called We Are Not Dogs. What are these 2 tracks saying?
The track Cities on Fire reflects beyond the Cameroonian situation, actually, though we're looking more at an African problem, because there is a kind of suffering that is going on in a number of countries, and people fleeing those countries, some through the sea, some try to get to South America to try to move up to the United States of America. And the question is, why are they leaving? Why is there suffering? So it's a collection of so many things put together, and there is an appeal to quench the fire, to stop the situation.
Cities on fire. Peace without justice is an impossible. responsibility. Let's quench this fire.
The other one, We're Not Dogs, was a reflection of the manner in which some of those in this crisis have been treated as though they were not human. That is a provocation of that second track, We're Not Dogs.
We Are Not Dogs, just by one of the tracks by Nsaykila from the Diocese of Kumbo in Cameroon, ending Focus on Africa this evening.